Obi Wan Kenobi, episode 3, titled Part 3, and this episode I found to be a good episode. Now, here's the thing, a recap, because I did, like, face stuff, like, I quickly did some face cam stuff for episodes 1 and 2, because I was covering Stranger Things on the same night. So, I just did a quick reaction to the first 2 episodes. So, I'm going to do a little bit of a recap, what my opinions were on the first 2 episodes. Episode 1, I thought was fantastic, and episode 2, I thought was good. Like, it was like, episode 1 was, like, so up there, and then here comes, like, the solid episode. It was fine. You know, not bad, not horrible, just fine. This episode, though, episode 3, I found to be better than episode 2, but still good. Still fine. And I feel like, you know, at the end of the series, now we do have 4, 5, and 6 to watch. We got 3 more weeks of this show, and then it's done. All I know is the second half of the show is going to be, oh my god, look how fantastic, this is amazing. It makes Mandalorian look like Boba Fett and all that, you know, it could be that type of show. But at this point, it does feel like, okay, it's a hell of a lot better than Boba Fett. But it's not as great as Mandalorian, which is at some kind of high bar. But Obi-Wan being, it was a good show. I liked it. Didn't love it. Type of show, right? And what I quite enjoyed, like, here's the thing about episode 3. I'm trying not to hit spoilers, and I'm going to address the elephant in the room. And if you're a Star Wars fan, you know what the fuck I'm going to talk about. And I'm going to talk about the positives first. The main positive I have with this episode is Vader. How they handle Vader in this. Like, already, like, the moment we see him, you sense his presence. You sense his, like, it could just easily be, you hear the breathing, you see him in the suit, he lights up a lightsaber, and you're already like, yep, that's the dude. Even though they have some cringy dialogue, like, you should have killed me if you have the chance. And I'm like, oh god. I mean, 2002? I mean, in 2002, we had a Star Wars movie when Anakin said the words, I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and gets everywhere. Like, so, that does fit with Anakin's character of saying, like, you should have killed me when you have the chance. Yeah, I was a little bit, like, I was like, there's some cringy dialogue, but the presence of him, he is force choking people, and the way he's force choking people is like he's just walking, and he's force choking people, dragging them onto the ground while he's just genuinely walking. And I'm like, what the hell, dude? Snapping necks, just grabbing civilians. Now I understand the concept of it, which was in the episode, Obi-Wan's in hiding. It's the classic thing of, without saying any words, I'm going to kill these civilians, and I'm going to keep doing it until you come out and show yourself. So, I was like, but it is brutal. Like, they found ways of, you know, force choking people. Very great ways how to do it, and it's quite. I got like, Jesus, but how, you know, even the spoiler, Obi-Wan and Anakin, Obi-Wan and Darth Vader have a fight. Ooh, shock horror, and how that fight plays out. They don't have Obi-Wan as, like, he's Obi-Wan. He's doing the stuff that he's been doing since the prequels. He is out of touch. He's rusty. He doesn't know, that he knows the basics of how to block, but he's unable to just go boom, 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 as Vader can. And I really quite like it. Like, I wouldn't be shocked, like, when round 2 happens in this show. I wouldn't be shocked that that's when, you know, Obi-Wan's Obi-Wan, he's swinging his hands left, right, and center like he did in the prequels. And we'll have this big, epic, giant finale fight. I think they're saving the budget mostly for that one. You know, you see concept art of like them. Sounds like they're on like it's round 2, not just round 2 on the show, but it's a round 2 on the same planet. It feels like in that concept art, and you know what I'm talking about. It's going to be interesting how they. I'm going to keep mentioning this until they show Hayden Christensen, but it's going to be interesting how they put Hayden Christensen in the show, because you can easily just like, dude, you could just have Vader in the distance, and he's just saying Anakin lines and Anakin things, and it's you can just have Darth Vader in a suit. You don't really need Hayden Christensen around. You don't need Anakin. You can just have Darth Vader running around. So you got that. How they handle Vader was pretty neat. Vera might be the weakest link of the show. Now, I'm not saying it because what I am going to talk about, but I find her character, I think it's all in the writing, because the character is basically now just a henchman. She's a henchman, and she is the one note henchman. She is the she's full of anger and rage, and she's all this stuff, but you can sense a bit of character, a sense of difference in there. But at this point, she's just rage, and this same kind of tone. I think it's more direction. I think it's more on the writing of the character. So I do think she is that character's weakest link. She is the weakest link. The person playing Leia is great. There's a brutal death in there. I'm like, did I just saw a stormtrooper getting chopped in half? Yes, I did. I like the relationship that Obi Wan has with young Leia. I like that character progression and the actress who plays Leia, and of course Ewan McGregor is amazing as Obi Wan as always. And, it feels like he has never left the role. It feels like the prequels ended like 5 minutes ago. And I'm looking forward. Like, it does. I will say this. It does end very weirdly, like how it wraps up. Like cut the black. Here comes the credits. That was a weird one because you had on Friday you had like Obi-Wan finding out Darth Vader, Anakin Skywalker, he's alive, and you get the sense of goosebumps. Well, you don't really have that in this. It kind of cuts the black very weirdly and have the Star Wars quote out there. But I like it. I think it's a good episode. It's not amazing as episode 1. Now, I don't know to put this as a separate video. I don't know to put this in there. But here's the thing: if you just want to hear my thoughts of the episode, you don't want to hear about the stuff that's been happening right now inside the Star Wars fandom that I might wear, just click away. Just click away. You know my thoughts of the episode, but I need to address this. See you next week. So, if you're still here, hold on to your butts, because I'm going to talk to that 2% of people. The 2% of people. It's a very, like, I really want to have a home to this. That it's a very small percentage of the fandom, of any fandom, that acts like in this certain way. And it's just absolutely fucking disgusting. It is absolutely fucking disgusting. So, to give you some context. So, Moses Ingram, who plays Weather on the show. I'm not the only person online who thinks her character is the weakest link of the show, like character-wise. And I just say, hey, I just think the character's not that well written. I think that character's a bit one-note and all that kind of stuff. And that's fine. But there's that 2% of people, the ones who are so mad because they've never been touched by a person because they got micro penises. Those people, they get so mad. And then, by the way, once again, if you just don't like the character because it just doesn't work for you, because, you think the performance is weak, if you think that the writing is the problem, or direction, or whatever that could be, that's cool, that's fine. That is your opinion. But for those people who are using, well, it's just my opinion, guys, as a scapegoat for writing, obviously sexist, absolutely racist remark. Like, oh, she's a university hire. Which I can say, because I'm a film student, that's a bunch of horseshit. That's a bunch of horseshit. You know what happened? In this case, they got Moses, and Moses auditioned several months and several weeks for getting this role. She did probably a multiple screen test, and the only box they were ticking? Do they think she's that good an actor that she could pull this role off? That's the only box they're ticking. They don't give two shits that she's black. They wouldn't give two shits if she's white, or Asian, or Indian, or Spanish, or wherever the hell she, what could have been. All they care about was she's a good actor. We feel confident that she's the best person for the job. That's the only box they're ticking. So please pull your pocket stick out of your pocket half asshole. Finish jerking off to your porn mads from 1955. Just act like a civil human being. If you can't do this, get the fuck off it online. You have no place here. Get the fuck off my channel, please. Dear God, Miss Marvel's coming out next week. Great. We'll have ding 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 round 2 with this bullshit. But the showman the agenda. No, you're the fucking guys with the agenda, and not just guys, chicks as well. It's you people with the agenda. You're the one who's bringing your bullshit and your unrealistic, mindsets. Because there's opinions and there's stupidity. There's opinions and there's are you high? There's opinions and there is were you that slippery coming out of your mother's womb to the point the doctors are like, well, and they dropped you. Are you sure that your parents ain't named Jamie and Cersei Lannister? Are you sure they're not related? Because I'm like, who thinks like this? Like, who? Like, fucking hell, it's like... And it's weird, like, how all the things, it's fucking Star Wars. You can accept Yoda, who is a green elf-looking guy. You can accept Chewbacca, which is a very woolly type, creature. You could accept droids, you could accept Jabba the Hutt, you could accept Ahsoka Tano, you could accept this guy and this chick who look very alien, who look nothing from this planet, but just because there's a black woman on screen, you get all fussy. Or there's a woman or a gay actor or whatever on screen in your theater or at home. It's just fuck off. That's what it is. I just want to say fuck off. Get the fuck off my channel. Get the fuck off offline. I am no tolerance with it. Like, I'm covering, it's Pride Month. I'm going to cover a couple of Pride Month stuff. I know what's going to come along when I see some comments, and it's going to be, oh, they're shoving their political agendas down their throats. I'm just going to say, I'm going to ban you immediately, because I know what that means. If it's subtle or whatever, I know what that means. Art is and you say, oh, the show been political. First, it's fucking Star Wars. You know, it's always been fucking political. And two, art is fucking political. Art reflects on the real world. Art is reality. Film and TV are for art, so it reflects on the real world. You get that? If not, just